Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm Canon EOS photographer RandallMRueff. This is my handy dandy Canon EOS Digital XT. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about, and I made a list, the top 10 reasons I, Canon EOS photographer RandallMRueff, need to replace my Canon EOS Digital XT with a Canon EOS 1DX Mark II. Reason number 10. Reliability. Alright, so this camera, the Digital XT, yesterday I was shooting with it and it froze 3 times. Basically I was taking pictures, the batteries were good, battery charged. I've got 2 of them in here with the battery grip, but it just says like error number, and I was like 09 or there was some error number, I don't remember. It just says ERR. And then there was a number, I don't remember what it was. But anyway, so what I had to do was obviously stop taking pictures, turn it off, wait a few seconds, turn it back on, and it was good to go. But it did that like 3 times, and I only took, I ended up taking like 250 pictures, and because I uploaded, I think it was 160-something to Flickr and Facebook, anyway. Point is, I took less than 300 pictures, and it died 3 times. Without the battery, it wasn't the battery's fault. So, that's why I need to replace this camera with a 1DX Mark II reliability. Number 9. Weather sealing. I'm always worried about whether or not, if I take this outside and it starts to rain, if it starts to rain or get too cold or too dusty, which normally isn't really a problem. The main problem I get is too cold in the wintertime or in the rest of the year. And that's the main problem, is water when it rains. I would love to take a lot of pictures of stuff when it's raining outside. Sometimes there's things going on that would be cool to get while it's raining. But I'm always worried that the rain is going to get in here between the lens and the camera, or up here in the flash and drip down into the camera, or any other series of joints or buttons or dials where buttons on the back where it'll just soak into the camera and something will go wrong and short something out. And so that's one of the reasons I want to get the Canon EOS 1DX Mark II. It's better weather sealed. It's a professional body and it's professionally weather sealed. So that's number 9. I'm going to mark these off as I go. Number 8, and that is speed. Not just frames per second, but speed as far as everything working. I'm ready to upgrade. I wish I could do it today. I wish the 1DX Mark II was out today. But speed, not only in frames per second, this does 3.5 frames per second officially. Nowhere near 12 or 14 or even 16 frames per second. I mean, if I can do 12 or 14 frames per second consistently, just hold the button down. Let me show you what I can do. Get my lens off here. This is what I can do. 3.5 frames per second sounds like it looks like this. It's nowhere near the 14 frames per second on the Canon EOS 1DX Mark II, but I'll show you what I got here. Now, if this was the 1DX Mark II, I could still be going. Not only can we be doing 3.5 frames per second, I can sit here and go. So the speed, as far as frames per second, would be drastically improved. Back on here. Not only that, but when you scroll through the pictures back here on the back, that would be improved. So you can go through them so a whole lot faster. Don't get me wrong, this doesn't do a bad job of that. But it has the Canon EOS 1DX Mark II has a wheel and it has buttons. So it has the buttons and a wheel. You can scroll through them or you can just push through them, whatever you want to do. But it's a lot faster. It has dual processors. This one has one processor. So it's a lot faster, both in frames per second and general operation, especially playback, which is important. So number 8 is speed. Number 7, higher resolution. That's easy to talk about very quickly. 8.0 megapixels compared to 20.2 megapixels. It's just less. This is less. The Canon EOS 1DX Mark II is more. More is better. So we got that. Number 6, higher and lower ISO. Oh my gosh, this is a big one. This goes from 100 to 1600. Not 16,000. 1600. 1600. So 100 to 1600. Unless you're in full auto mode, which is the green one, you have to select your ISO manually. When you're in auto, it will select the best between 100 and 1600. It'll select the best ISO, best shutter, best aperture. And if you're using a flash, it'll do the best with the flash you can, whether it's the pop-up flash or an external flash. So in that case, it'll select the best ISO. But generally speaking, the majority of the other settings, there's a few others you can mess with it, but generally speaking, you have to set your ISO manually. And sometimes that can be good, sometimes that can be bad. But the main thing when it comes to ISO is higher ISO is the fact that, oh my gosh, it's just the 1DX itself, not to mention the 1DX Mark II. There's so many other cameras included in that group that have so much better ISO than this camera. It's just the technology has advanced and made drastic improvements, and pretty much any modern camera made within the last 5 years is going to beat this camera when it comes to ISO. But the 1DX Mark II is going to be the best of the best as far as ISO, because it goes from 100, was it 52,600, I think? 52,000 something, 600. My point is, it's a way much better. It can see the sensor. Damn it, the ones I forget. You probably not going to see this if I show it to you. But the sensor, yeah, probably not. You see the mirror. Anyway. But the sensor is behind the mirror. But it's so much better, both in resolution and ISO, which is very important. So, I mean, you can do things with that camera that I couldn't even dream about as far as low light. I mean, just things I could never dream about doing. So, that's important. Number 5. More autofocus points, and they're illuminated. So let me look at this little baby right here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 7 autofocus points. 7. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across, then 1 up here, and then 1 down here. So 5 across, plus 1 here, plus 1 here at the bottom. So that's 7. 7 autofocus points. So having, was it 61? I think they said 61. And the fact that they're illuminated all the time, so you can tell. I don't know if that's a big deal. Maybe it would be. I would just like the chance to try it, whether I like the illuminated points or not, I don't know. When they're being used in this camera, they're illuminated, and I really like that. So, lots of auto points in the new one. This one's only got 7, so anything's going to be better than this as far as that. But that's a neat feature they have. Number 4. Aesthetics. The EOS 1DX Mark II just looks better than this camera. Sorry, dude. It's true. That looks better than you. I'm sorry. You're a handsome camera. Don't get me wrong. But the 1DX Mark II, better. A lot better. It's bigger. It's beefier. It's better built. Better materials. It just looks better. You want to be seen using, as far as professional photography cameras go, not that this is bad. I've enjoyed being seen using this camera. But the 1DX Mark II is better in all aspects, and aesthetics is just another reason. It just looks better. This looks good. The 1DX Mark II, better. Okay, that leaves us. Number 3. 4K video. Video in general. This camera doesn't do video. Not a zilch, zip, zero. No video. Nothing. No video. Not so. No video. Where's the video? No answer. There's no button up here I can twist. No button I can push. Nothing to get video. The 1DX Mark II does video at 1080p and 4K up to 60 frames per second in 4K, which is impressive, or 120 frames per second at 1080p. So if you want to shoot, if you don't need to shoot 4K and you want to keep your file size smaller, you can shoot at 1080p, and it's still going to be a lot better than the quality of this video. Hold on a second, my screensaver just kicked on. Okay. My screensaver just kicked on my computer. So either one's going to be better than this video. This is 720p. But the 1DX Mark II does 4K at 60 frames per second. I mean, you can do it at different rates, but I'm talking about the high rates. The highest rates, because that's what most people want to know about. 4K at 60 frames per second. 1080p at 120 frames per second. Which, I've never done that before. That'd be nice. So, to have one camera that does both, video and photo, for me is going to be awesome. I've never had that before. Well, that's not true. Take it back. The Maverick S CD 1000 or 2000, the Maverick S CD, it can do photos at 2.1 megapixels, and you can do a 15-second video clip, which was not much. And it was real low resolution. So, being able to do video 4K or 1080p for 29 minutes and 59 up to 29 minutes and 59 seconds per clip, which is they're setting the standard because apparently in Europe they have a tax on video cameras. And basically they say if it does 30 minutes of video, it's taxed. It has a higher tax. They have a video camera tax. So basically, the laws in some countries in Europe say if the camera does more than 30 minutes of video, it's a video camera, and therefore it gets taxed this video camera tax. So what they do is they set the maximum recording time to 29 minutes and 59 seconds per clip. Now, obviously, you can record more than 30 minutes, but you just can't record more than 30 minutes in one clip. Which means if you're going to shoot 45 minutes, let's say, for example, you have 2 clips, you drag them to your computer, put in your editing program, you can edit it down to one movie or whatever you can edit it however you want to edit it. But the longest you can do as far as video clips is 29 minutes and 59 seconds per clip, per video. And again, if you want to edit it in a computer, you can do whatever you want to do, make it, but so there's that. But depending on the size of your card, CF cards, that's really more of what you have to worry about. So video would be very, very nice to be able to just take this, do photos and video. For me, is going to be awesome. 4K, 4K. Me and 4K sounds awesome. Number 2, I just want one really, really bad. Really. Please get it. Or somebody else, please. I really want one. I'm not about begging. Please. Crocodile tears, please. I do really just want one. I'd like to have more than one, actually, when it comes to the digital 1DX Mark II. I just really want one. I want to shoot with the best camera possible. Now, there are cameras that are better than the 1DX Mark II as far as resolution. There's some Nikon cameras, there's some Canon cameras. Obviously, there's Hasselblad cameras that do higher resolution. But they don't do higher resolution in combination with speed and ISO and cost. When you put all the factors together, the 1DX Mark II is right now. This is going to be the best camera available to the general public. When you put all the factors together. So I just really want one. Okay. Number 1. The top 10 reasons I need to replace my digital XT with a Canon EOS 1DX Mark II. Number 1 reason. In no particular order. Once I get a 1DX Mark II, if or when, hopefully when, there are so many other things I can get. There's so much other stuff I can want and need and try to get. Extra batteries, lenses, flashes, macro lenses, sports lenses, filters, hand grips, pieces to protect the back of the camera, eyepiece accessories, which isn't really, one comes with pretty good actually. CFast 2.0 cards, compact flash cards, because it has 2 card formats. I actually only need one, but either one or both would be nice. Lenses, filters for the lenses, I already said that. A camera bag. Card readers, cables for card readers, just a whole bunch of other things I'm going to need. Now, when it comes to necessity, obviously I can knock this list down. The list of what I really want and what I need can be knocked down to a lens filter, a camera bag, a case. So, I can knock that list down, but there are a lot of things I would like to get in addition to just a camera. In fact, there would be some things I would have to get, because I would have to get a CFast card to be able to do 4K video to do photos at a good speed, as well as I'm going to get 2 cards. I'm going to get a CFast 2.0 and a compact flash. And neither one of those is cheap if I want to get high capacity. It does a very fast speed. So you gotta keep that in consideration. And if I get a 1DX Mark II, I also want to get a Canon 2300 lens, a filter for the protective UV0 filter for that lens, and some extra batteries, and maybe an extra battery charger. I like to have a charger at home and a charger in my camera bag. But there are just some other accessories I'm gonna have to have, and some a lot more I'd love to have. So it doesn't end. The mission doesn't end if I get the camera. So that is my number one reason. There are so many other supplies and accessories that I could unbox and discuss and review and talk about and give credit to people who have helped me get that equipment and supplies. And that's my number one reason. And so there you have it, the top 10 reasons why Canon EOS photographer RandallMRueff need to replace my digital XT with the Canon EOS 1DX Mark II. So until next time, I'm Canon EOS photographer RandallMRueff saying thanks for watching, have a good day, and may God bless you. As always, keep taking those pictures.